Okay, fine. So good afternoon, everybody. I know it's like a second session after lunch and I can understand the energy levels that is left in you. So I would keep this session a little crisp and short as such. So let me start with a couple of questions. How many of you know about Freshdesk today? Okay, so there are a lot of people who are not aware of what we do, so it gives me a chance to talk a bit about ourselves as such. And how many of you have worked in a support kind of an environment? Brilliant. Makes perfect sense now. So yeah, so let me take this chance to introduce our company Freshdesk. Freshdesk is a 6-year-old startup. We were founded in 2010 in Chennai. So within 6 years, we've grown tremendously and our whole stack runs on AWS today. That has given us immense scale, which we were able to achieve 80,000 plus business customers today. So what is Freshdesk? What do we do? Freshdesk's mission is to enable teams of any size provide great customer experience. We started off as a support company. So what happened? So one of our founders had a problem. One of his gadgets in his house broke. He tried to get in touch with the manufacturer to fix it. So it took them 4 days just to connect to the right person who was able to fix it. This was back in 2010. So in 2010, if you call up a support, the response you will get is, yeah, an engineer will come and attend to you. You'll never know when, you'll never know who will come, you'll never know whether who's coming is an engineer or not. You have to be waiting for it, and multiple problems were there across. So there was no system of record for any entry that was being made from a customer to a company, and there was no means of communication for a company to back to the customer. So this our founder found it as an opportunity. Our founder is Mr. Girish Bathramutham, who was a VP of products in Zoho before founding this company. So he started Freshdesk with the simple aim of enabling companies provide better customer support. So we got our first customer from Australia. The company was founded in Chennai, zero marketing done, word of mouth, some people tried the product out, and we got our first paying customer from Australia. Within the first 15 customers, we had like customers from 9 different countries. So this gave a good insight for us to figure out that there is a sales model that is available where we can tap global markets by using inside sales rather than putting people on outside sales and focusing more on the product. So that is one thing that we took early in our life, and today we have 80,000 plus customers across 140 plus countries. And we've expanded from one customer support product to a ITSM based help desk product. We have a mobile SDK based support product Hotline, and we've launched a CRM which we are directly competing with Salesforce on. So there are multiple products that have evolved over this period, and we are funded by marquee investors, Tiger, Axel, Sequoia, and Google. So multiple investors are there, and we are growing quite rapidly. So this is our basic story, and this is our mission I spoke to you about. So when a company grows to about 80,000 plus customers, okay, imagine the plight of product managers out there. How many feature requests you get on a regular basis? How many people want multiple things to be done on the same product? How do you extend the product continuously? This is one major problem that we face with scale. And if you don't face it, you feel attrition will become higher, and word of mouth spreads faster, which means we become an inflexible company and our brand gets impacted. So we need to manage this problem really quickly. And second, after a certain level, the product innovation speed slows down, any product for that matter. The speed at which you innovate plateaus. So we don't want to do that. So when we are growing rapidly, when there is scope for growth, we want to drive more innovation. That is one thing that we wanted to do in Freshdesk. And third, there is a large industry trend that is coming today, right? So how many of you use cloud applications on your daily use? Almost everybody. So can any of you say that you use one software to run your complete business or your complete day-to-day operations? Nobody. So applications are moving from on-prem into cloud is like a history now. There are people, everybody has moved, people are adopting it rapidly, but each of them are coming up as siloed clouds. So where is the value? How do you create value in the new economy or new cloud economy. We believe there is a lot of value to be generated in intersection of clouds. Today you have a communication cloud where you have applications like Slack, you have applications like say any communication app, you have WhatsApp and all those apps you have. You have collaboration apps, you have like service apps, you have sales apps. But when all these things talk to each other, when all these things interact, that is where real value is coming for tomorrow. So that is one of the main, these are the main drivers why what we've done today in Freshdesk, we've launched something called as a marketplace. So Freshdesk Marketplace is a multi-product, multi-asset B2B marketplace. This is started to crowdsource innovation. This is started for empowering developers to rapidly innovate, and this is for us to create a buzzing environment, buzzing ecosystem of partners who will drive growth for us and for themselves. Let me explain to you how. So as developers today, you have multiple platforms where you can go and build apps, or you have multiple things to do in external world to gain some traction and establish yourself, right? But there is no platform in the world today that will enable you to build apps across customer touchpoints. So for us, we started off as a service company, customer service company. Now we've moved on to a customer engagement company. All our products are across all customer touchpoints in your customer journey. So our marketplace is also being equipped to support all our products. So you build one app, will give you access to not just my 80,000 businesses in my service customer base, but also to all my product customer bases. So as a company, if you want to develop an app and you want to monetize it, we have a good platform for you where we can enable you to sell your apps, reach so many customers and establish yourself. This is for primary developers. What kind of apps can you build and what you can do with the platform, I'll explain it in a little bit. Second, there are also, as I spoke about, we want to establish a partner ecosystem. What do we mean by that? We have like 80,000 plus customers coming in with so many customization requests. How do we meet them? We can't as a single company. So we are building a marketplace where partners and service providers can work with us, and we will evaluate you, and if you are eligible to become a partner with us, we will be able to provide you customization opportunities coming in from multiple customers of us. This is a recurring revenue. You can build your own business out of it, and solving real life customer problems will give you a lead into building apps that can be used by other customers with whom you have not worked as well. So again, app monetization, service monetization, and we will enable you to grow by working with you on joint GTM activities as well. So these are the benefits for what you can do with us. So now let me get back to where do you get started. So we have a developer portal, developers.freshdesk.com, that gives you enough information about how you can get started on the SDK, how you can build apps on top of us. So without taking much of your time, I want to show you a couple of apps that we built using our SDK, which will demonstrate the capability to you, right? So how many of you work on forms? Like every day you fill in a few forms, or any task that you do will involve a few clicks for you to finish those activities. Almost everybody in this room will have to work on a system. A system means there will be a set of functionalities. Functionality means drop downs and all those things will be coming into picture. So we wanted to explore this concept of bringing in an assistant directly to your workplace. So we found that, okay, many of you who have worked on support, you have to go through your entire ticket to understand what the ticket is about. There can be multiple emotions falling in the ticket. Like your customer might have started happy, ended sad, started sad, ended happy. There are multiple sentiments flowing within a ticket's life cycle. So what a smart assistant for us should do is, should not make you work. It should give you everything in your hand. Say we've just got a ticket in our help desk that talks about a customer who is having a horrible experience with your product or service, right? So what our product or our smart assistant can do is, without even going into the ticket, it can tell you what is the sentiment of the ticket and the life cycle of the ticket. I'm just facing some connectivity issues, I guess it's a little slow. Okay, it's a little slow, I'll let it open up. And again, how do you work today? We talk to friends, we collaborate, we talk to each other, we communicate. But can you work in the same way? So say for example, there are so many bots today in which you can use NLP to order food, you can use NLP to ask a question and get a reply, etc. But for a support agent, working on NLP might mean he can save 60% of his effort in updating fields which have come into a ticket. So this is what your smart assistant can help you do. Still not loading. So you can just talk to your smart assistant and give him instructions to perform your day-to-day activities directly. So this is what we can bring to the table. I'll demonstrate it as soon as it's up. In the meantime, there is another app that we built. How many of you have used Facebook videos? Like end of the year, Facebook usually bombards your wall with how your year was, picking up highlights from your past 1 year, putting it in a video with a soundtrack to give you how your life was exciting, right? So we borrowed the same concept. What is the internet code? Can anyone give me? Sorry?
Can you connect your own dongle? All the codes expire. I can try to get a new code for you.
Yeah, if something can work immediately, that would be great. Give me a second, guys. All codes expired. I'm not able to do much. So we borrowed the same video concept into the boring life of a support agent. So without somebody having to take any step to understand what is happening in this whole help desk, we've created a framework which you can use to create videos that will give you reports. So again, these were all built in a hackathon in 2 days in our center. So you can just look at this. So what you are seeing on screen is a life of a ticket. A ticket started and ticket is moving between the person who raised the ticket and the agents who are working on it. So if you see the different color schemes, the different emojis that are coming through and all the actions that are being taken, these are not made as a video, these are all coming from the framework. So tomorrow, if there's a ticket where a customer is having a very different experience, like he's happy at the start and he's sad at the end, the flow would be different, the emojis would be different, and everything would be different. Imagine this, that all your reports that you generate can be in this format, how different your life would be. So these are all possibilities that are coming out of applications like this. Hello world. I have just put in my dongle, let's see if that's working. Okay, anyways. So I'll wait for the apps to come up, the internet to come back. So in the meantime, what are the types of apps that you can build and how you can engage with us, right? With Freshdesk, we have a great workflow engine. So any types of workflows can be configured quite straightforward. And with this, if you extend Freshdesk functionality to make it a vertical specific opportunity. Say for example, today Freshdesk is completely based on agents who are, it's not working. GVR5. Okay. Yeah, so if you are able to extend Freshdesk functionalities through your apps, say if you are able to take Freshdesk agents into a mobile workforce environment, say an urban ladder wants to assign a task to a certain agent, but he also wants to figure out where that agent is, what are his skill sets, when is he available, based on what is his SLA. All these things are taken into consideration before you assign a ticket. Then that makes your app highly extensible, and it becomes a product which is built on top of Freshdesk using the complete core ticketing engine. So your time to market for such apps is extremely low, and we will help you to market it to our customer base as well as acquire new customers for your ideas. This is one example. Similarly, if you already have an app and you want to integrate that into Freshdesk, say for example you have a CRM or you have a logistics system where you sell to many e-commerce customers, and your e-commerce customers, your customer's customer is asking your customer a query on where my order is. If you have an integration with our system, it can show you on a live map, this is where your order is, and the agent will have all the context about those orders and the requester to take those questions. So you can extend Freshdesk functionality through that, and this is also apps that you can list as paid apps and you can monetize on the platform. And third, you can consume Freshdesk functionalities into your application. Say for example, you are an SMS service provider. So you can have multiple configurable flows. One of the flows can be creating a ticket within Freshdesk. So here you are consuming our APIs, providing different set of functionalities to your customers. So this is one set of apps that you can build and we can list and we can market it together. So yeah, finally I'm able to talk to you about the smart assistant I was telling you about. So here you can see that a ticket was created and your customer is having a horrible experience with you. So here you see we have somebody popping up at the corner. So that is Freddy, that is our smart assistant. So what Freddy can do for you is like, we can completely automate your workflows by just talking to Freddy. Say for example, if this ticket has come in, and if you want to say, okay, hi Freddy, close the ticket. Close the ticket. Okay, I think there are some connectivity issues, still it is not coming back with the server. So you can talk to it, you can type messages to it, it will be able to, it will understand what you're trying to do. It will also be able, you can also search solution articles or articles that give you answers to questions that you might have as a support agent before you provide an answer to the customer. So there are multiple things that are possible with an app like this. This is not a bot. This is an app that will help you do your work much faster and much efficiently. And an extension of it could be bots that can automate your workflows as well. So this is just a brief introduction of all our SDK and what we can do with it. If you're serious developers and if you want to think about how you can work with us closely and engage with us closely, please do check developers.freshdesk.com. We can engage and we can take our discussion forward. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for your time. I can take questions outside. The session is to start. Thanks again.